Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Dalia and today we are back on Frostbite working on one of my last videos for this island. We only have about 2-ish builds left to do in a small amount of spaces, but this particular build I'm really excited for because today we're making a build for Katt and Raymond, and I've wanted to make this build for such a long time. You see where my character's standing in the bottom left? That's where we're working on today. And yes, I do finally have Katt on this island. I got her after finally hunting for her forever. Someone graciously gifted her to me. So here's where we're going to be decorating today. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And we're just going to immediately get started. I have so much to do. Like I said, there's only a few builds left for this island, but the thing is that they're big areas. So this area takes up a huge chunk of my map, which I'm insanely happy about, but basically kind of similar to what I did with like the junkyard dog build when I made an area for Butch and Mac. I'm doing the exact same thing for Katt and Raymond. We're doing alley cats. I thought it was cute, kind of like little alley cats for a city island, and I'm doing a food alley, so like a little like kind of like a street market with food, and then I'm putting their houses here. You'll see what I mean. I've seen people do these really cool like tall alleyways with like lots of buildings and lots of signage, and I wanted to replicate that and do it myself. So that is what we're doing for this build. So I quickly moved both their houses in and I customized them to like this blackish kind of design for both of them. Kept it very, very simple because I wanted their houses to kind of be like hidden in the cliffs, which is why I placed them the way that I did. Obviously you can see there's cliffs like in front of their house, beside their house, and behind their house. So and then I'm placing the path that we're using for today. As you've seen me decorate so far, I made a little parking lot right here just because the road comes to an end and I didn't know exactly what to do, and parking lots are a great solution to that. And honestly, I only have one parking lot on this island, which is shocking considering this is a city island with a lot of cars. You think I'd have more, but yeah, I only have one. So decided to fix that by adding another. And then I'm also going to be doing a gas station probably somewhere. I have some spaces behind this area like that I think I could probably put one in, but I feel like for the rest of this island, except for maybe one more build, it'll probably be me streaming to finish because I want to have this island finished by the end of this week. So today is Monday, hoping to have the island finished by Friday, and then the dream address can go up on Monday probably. That's my rough timeline. But yeah, so now I'm placing this concrete tile design on the cliffs in front and around the houses, and essentially what I'm going to be doing on these cliffs are just making a bunch of fake buildings, because I want the fake buildings to look like various restaurants. So the idea is it's kind of like a street, not a street market, but like, you know, like if you go down a very busy city street, there's just tons of like small pop-up restaurants and like outdoor sit-down restaurants. Kind of think like, I know a lot of Japanese islands have this kind of vibe on it. This is essentially what I did. So it's obviously not like Japanese island, although I do have a ramen shop and a little sushi restaurant in this build, but kind of think of it like that. So the retro transportation stops and the storefronts are primarily the items I use to accomplish this like fake building look, and I've used these on my entire island since the beginning, so nothing new, nothing special, but you guys will see me place them down. I use the retro transportation stops in the primarily in the gray and brown, although I do also use them in the yellow and blue because they're part of my color scheme for this island. And essentially I'm building up cliffs on this side, and I made each side different, but I'm essentially making a little fake building using the cliffs by making the areas look like the building look taller, as you guys can probably tell. I used this method various places on the island, and I'm kind of going back to my original entrance build with this particular building because I did a convenience store as like the first build on my island, and I had this kind of layout for the convenience store, so it's kind of like an homage to that, I guess you could say. Homage? I'm getting all fancy. But yeah, so I'm just kind of putting items down to build up height. I also really like the fact that these fake buildings also hide the villagers' homes too, because that's a big thing. I wanted the villagers' homes here to be really hidden until you walk through the alley and then you see them that they're there. Originally the alley cat build came to me where I just really wanted Kat for this island initially, and I wanted to have her house surrounded by alleyways, and for her house to be very enclosed, and it obviously grew from there, so it's a little bit different. I also love that this area is directly next to my junkyard, so I kind of have like 2 dog villagers beside each other and then 2 cat villagers beside each other. I don't know, I think it's really cute. So back here I was originally going to do some stairs leading up, but instead I decided that right here would be the perfect place to put my ramen restaurant, and I knew I was gonna have an outdoor like kind of like ramen restaurant since the beginning of this island, because I downloaded this Ramen Neon Sign forever ago. Like literally it's one of the first designs I ever downloaded for this island, and I knew that at some point I was gonna have to incorporate it. So I put the study carols down. They already have a ramen menu sign as one of the custom design ways, so it was kind of perfect. And then I'm using various of the ramen recipes. I didn't realize we had so many ramen options in this game, but there's quite a few. So put that there, and then I'm putting some stools, and essentially what this entire area is going to be is just various tiny restaurants beside one another. It's kind of like a restaurant district, I guess you can call it, but like really small and very off to the side that you don't really know that it's there until you, and this is on the back bottom left part of my map, so it's not like it's something you immediately see when you first enter the island. Like you kind of have to like explore and then you find it. There's my little noodle sign. It was perfect. I do also put the noodle sign on an actual like sign board, but I thought putting it on the little fence was a really cute little touch. And yeah, so for the rest of the fake buildings, essentially for this area, I kind of make just various versions of these fake buildings. I do make up a fake building directly behind Kat's house on the second cliff, so when you're like looking at it from far away, you can see some height behind her house. And then on the left side for Raymond's house, I'm just going to use some fencing later on. And the back part of this entire area right here, you're not going to see me decorate today because this is the last main section I have to build on my island, and we're going to be building up another cliff. And then this is the area I'm going to be putting Olive's house. She's the last villager's house I have to work on, which is crazy to think that I'm basically done all the villagers' homes, but yeah, I just have that little area to work on. So for this particular fake building, I use just the retro transportation stops in various colors. I have that little window panel design customized on it, and then just kind of throwing down whatever looks decent. I like using those construction scaffoldings to give like a little extra bit of height, and I'm using them around the island to kind of look like the buildings are under construction, which for the majority of the buildings on this island, they do look like they're constantly under construction, which is a perfect fit for this island, I think, considering this island is trash core, as you guys didn't realize. I'm loving how this entire island came together. I mean, I think I've said this before, and I've had a lot of people ask me recently what my favorite island I've ever built is, and I can probably safely say this one. This is probably one of my favorite islands I've ever decorated. It's just been so fun, and it's so different than I've ever done myself, but also it's very different than things I've seen other people do. So I think for both of those reasons, I really love it. So I'm putting these simple panel designs down, and like I mentioned before, I wanted to put an incline somewhere in this build. I do actually end up putting an incline where I have two of my simple panels there, because I'm actually going to be making another restaurant on the top of the cliff, which I initially was not going to be doing, but kind of looks perfect and I'm kind of obsessed with it, so you'll see me put that down later. And now we're working on the main part of the alleyway, and when I tell you I want this alleyway to be tight, where you literally have just one tile to walk through, I want it to be tight. So there's 5 tiles going across, so I'm having items go on the left and the right, and then you're gonna have items kind of like mismatching, so they're kind of taking up the 2 tiles on either side, and you're literally gonna have 1 tile to walk through. You can still walk through very easily, but I mean it when I said I want this entire area to feel very, very tight. I have no other word to describe it, but essentially it's going to be a very small alleyway, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm using various retro transportation stops and storefronts, and also those stalls as you've seen me place down already. And as I mentioned, I wanted there to be a lot of signage across the cliffs and everything, so I'm using the electric signs, I use the vertical banner, I throw some more down here and there. What I like about some of them is that they add additional light, because my dream address is most likely going to be set to evening when it's snowing, so I want the lights to be on these areas as much as possible. And yeah, I put this little pizza sign on the top of the cliff because, as I mentioned, I'm going to be putting an incline on the left side to lead up to a restaurant, and the restaurant I'll be putting up there is a little mini pizzeria. I wanted to have a pizzeria on this island, like a little pizza shop, since the beginning. It was one of those things I always wanted to do, but I couldn't find a pizza sign that I really loved, and then I found this one. And it's perfect, and it's amazing, and I love it.
Brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique.
And if you're curious about where I got it from, I have it linked in my description along with all my other custom designs I've used for this island. It's perfect. It's so cute. So here I am putting the incline down, and I will be honest, there's not a lot of space on this cliff for me to make this little pizzeria, so I was a little concerned it was gonna look a little bit dumb, but honestly I think it turns out so cute. This entire area is probably, I always say this and I always feel like I'm like a broken record when I say these things, but I feel like this is probably my favorite spot on this island. This or like the subway station is probably like my top 2. But I've had so much fun being creative with this island and just kind of like making unique builds, and it's been so fun. I love this island. I've loved it since the moment I started building it, and you guys have really enjoyed watching me make this island, so I really appreciate your ever continuing support. You guys are so sweet, and I appreciate you all so much. So here I am making that little pizzeria. Like I said, it's nothing fancy, which I actually think adds to the element of the island where like nothing's perfect. This is like, as you can see by the sign, the pizza is like a cheap pizza, but it's kind of perfect. Like look at this little pizzeria. Look at this little pizzeria. I'm gonna put like a little antique cash register there, and then it'll be perfect. And then right here I'm making a little sandwich shop. The vertical banner has the little sandwiches on it, so that's perfect. And then I'm putting the vintage stools down. And it looks so cute. It looks so cute. I also put some custom designs on the ground below a lot of my stools, as you've noticed. I just like how the custom designs look underneath the stools, and I think it adds a little more, you know, messiness. And then here I'm making a little sushi restaurant directly next to my ramen restaurant. Once again, using the vintage stools, and it's so cute. And then here, I don't know what this exactly is. Kind of like a little fish market. I don't know. I felt like it kind of worked considering the sushi restaurants right there. And I just really wanted to put a fish drying rack there. I don't know. It looked good. To me, it looked good. And the vertical banner is a sushi banner, so I thought it was perfect. And it's blue, which, like I said, is one of the complementary colors I'm using for this island, along with yellow. And I really like this. I like how it looks. And I will be honest, the majority of my island has been very grayscaled with the gray, black, and white. This island has some brown, but this particular build has a lot of brown and rusted items in it, which I quite like, actually. I think it's a nice break from the gray that I've been using on this island so much, and I think that the brown looks, I don't know, very, very, I don't know. I like it, Picasso.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
I don't know. Anyway, moving back onto the villagers' homes, because it's a villagers' house decorating build. I really just wanted to put some newspaper designs and cardboard box designs on the ground around their houses. Because when you think of like an alley cat, I think of a cat like sleeping outside, sadly, on a cardboard box or something like that. So I wanted to give like that illusion of like the cardboard boxes on the ground. And then I put some cardboard furniture around their houses, which I've been using the cardboard furniture on this island like everywhere. So for Raymond, I gave him a little cardboard sofa, and then some fences in front of their houses, just to kind of like, once again, to break it up. And then for Katt, I used the cardboard bed, which you unfortunately can't put items on. Very sad day. And then it took me about 4 tries to realize you can't put an item here. It's that like weird space that Nintendo refuses to allow us to decorate for whatever reason. So I put my cardboard chair beside her house instead, which is totally fine. It still looks really cute. And then one more fence just to kind of complete the area. And I threw my scattered papers down, as you would have noticed. I'm going to throw some cockroaches down as well. Give my very messy build element to the space. And then really just filling in the space and making it very full, very crowded, you know, messy as traditionally this island is. I put a little outdoor kitchen with a deep fryer here. I thought that it's like a cute little element to add like to the like outdoor restaurant kind of vibe. And then yeah, really just going around the space and just kind of filling in the last little bits at this point. I do my little parking lot, and then I also put some of my cars on the road. And I'll be completely honest, there's a couple of areas on the space I didn't fully finish, just because I wanted to get the bones done, you know. So I'll probably be going around and adding a couple more things here and there just to kind of fill it in. I do plant some trees in front of those fences that I put down, but because I'm not really decorating my beaches for this island, I use the fences to kind of like cut off the beach from the rest of the area. And yeah, I've said about 10 times, but we're getting to the point of the build where I'm basically done, and I'm just putting my last minute touches, which I do for all my builds, including primarily a lot of trash items. I actually haven't used a lot of trash items for this build, which to me is like something I'm not used to. I'm used to putting all my trash bags and my garbage cans and stuff, so I'm throwing a couple of those down in like random spots just to kind of make the area seem more complete. And like I said, I have to put down my cars, and I'm gonna be honest, every single time I put the cars down, it does take me a second to remember which side of the road they're supposed to go on. I live in North America, So we drive on the right side of the road. So I do take just a second, to remember what side of the road I'm supposed to be placing these designs down. And also, can we talk about how cute this little like road leading across the bridges? I love how I've incorporated my river mouths on this island. I did the same thing for my other river mouth, and I love it. I just think it looks so cute, and it's a nice little touch. So just to finish this little space, I finally put my antique cash register down for the pizzeria. I'm just gonna put another chair and table right here, and then I'm gonna line this kind of like boardwalk space with some fences just to section it off from the beach. Again, like I said, I do not decorate the rest of this area for today, simply because I don't know what I'm going to be doing past Raymond's house. So my idea is probably, I have 2 more inclines left. I know where I'm going to be putting one of them. The other one is probably going to be going at the end of this little boardwalk up to my 3rd cliff, and that'll be my last 2 inclines, which is crazy. I thought I had like 1 more, but I guess after the next build it won't really matter, because I'm gonna be done this island, which is insane to think of. Also, can we talk about all my villagers hanging out on the beach over there? Like, what is going on? And also, Olive and Kurt side by side are like father-daughter. Look how cute they are. Look how cute they are. Oh my god. Like, father-daughter moment. I'm actually so happy that we grabbed Olive. I was looking for Tasha, as you guys are aware of, but I think Olive is perfect, and she's so cute, and I love her. So I quickly time traveled to nighttime, like I said, probably the time of day I'll be setting my dream address to. And yeah, without further ado, let's go check out the final build. Alright, that is everything for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm so happy with the way that this build turned out, and I'm even happier that I got clips of my villagers in this area. So cute. I love them so much. So I hope that you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, turn on my post notifications, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!